who's coming up on, we are talking about sales, right? The first gentleman I would like to introduce. This man is a veteran in business. He has been running his production house for 20 over years. All right. Bill is a wonderful person I know. To me, in some sense, he's a bit like a mentor to me as well, because of his experience, of his connection, of his love. This is a guy who is so giving, and you can't believe it. So today, we're also very thankful to Bill because of his great support. We got the video crew here filming the event for us. Wow, give him a hand, man. So let's welcome Bill on stage to talk about 5 Asian tips on networking to grow your business. Bill.
A bit shy. Anyway, hello. First of all, we need a little bit of energy to start and I need your permission and cooperation. Is that okay?
Yes.
So, you know, in the process of making a movie, as you know, there are certain steps that you need to do. And after that, when the stage is set, the actor is ready. They will not move and they will not talk until the 3 little words that are called for. So today, you will be the director and I'll be the actor. Is that all right?
Yes.
So do you know the 3 words that are called out? I do. Lights, camera, and action, all right? So together, we'll charge up and energize the whole room so that every one of you gonna benefit from this event. Is that okay?
Yes.
If it's not good enough, it's not good enough. I'll call for again. So lights, camera,
Action.
not good enough. I think somebody was not talking. So somebody's talking. Ching Ching, she's busy with the handphone there. Come, turn over around. So the word is, you know, right?
Yes.
Lights, camera,
Action.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Bill. I run a company called Instant Replay. At Instant Replay, we produce corporate videos, TV commercial, and just about any video that your business needs. Of course, we do animation, and which is one of our strengths. Now, we started the company in 1990, which is today we are 29 years old. Thank you. But besides running the business, I am very much involved in networking. One of the networking, which is an international referral networking organization, I've been there and I gave a lot of support and very active in it, but I just left it some time ago. So, you know how long? About more than a decade. 12 years to be exact. So in the networking, I find a lot of time, the Westerners tends to be very good at their networking, but the Asian tend to be a little bit paiseh, a bit shy. Yeah? So when they go to the networking session, they will either come in the room and look for people that they know, and they will kind of like, you know, bunch together and that's it. So instead, I'm thinking maybe I can share with you, just for the next couple of minutes before the next presenter come up, is that these 5 Asian tips. So the first one, are you ready?
Yes. Yes.
So it is lights, camera?
Action.
Thank you. All right. The first tip is be a host. How to be a host? So how do you do being a host when you walk into a networking session? Of course, you can volunteer. You can come in early, and then, but maybe not. Maybe you are not the host itself. But I just want you to imagine, if you step in the room, if this is your party, what would you do? Just change your paradigm. You know, just think about it. If this is your party and people are coming in, so just feel that you are the host and you just walk to them and say, "Hi, my name is Bill." You know? So if you have your hand, could you just try it out? Just stand up and then turn to the guy on the left or the right. No need to stand up, just turn to the left or the right. Just push out your hand and say, "Hi, my name is..." Can you do that? Please. Alright. Okay, so that's the first one, right? It's very easy, right? So that's very easy, right? So being a being a networker in business or in any relation, it's the first thing that you do is just think that when you go to a session, you are the host and you feel like the host and you just put out your hand there and then just mention your name. Don't wait for the other guy, right? So this is the first one. The second tip is don't do what your mother told you to do. I'm not being disrespectful. I love my mother a lot, just like you. But the thing is that when we were kids, can you remember they always said, don't talk to strangers, Don't talk to strangers, So it kind of like gone into our subconscious. And then when we go to a networking session, especially a business networking, you're thinking, what will I say? What will I do? Is there anything? People will be judging me and all that kind of thing. Don't worry. So talk to the strangers, right? So don't do what your mother tells you to do. Now the third tip, if I cannot remember, I'll just pull out my card. I got a cue card. So the third thing is maybe you come into a networking session, be prepared to do small talks. Small talks. So usually in a business networking, they will ask, or rather they exchange your card and all that. Then you will be saying, so what do you do and all that. So sometimes when people ask you, don't just say, I'm an accountant. If you say that I'm an accountant, I'm a web designer, I'm a so and so and all that, so it's kind of like boring, right? So usually, if you want to say something like, when people ask me, what do you do, Bill? I say, I make ideas visible. Yeah, then people will have something to talk about, and it's, oh, I'd like to know more about that. And that's how you can start a conversation. Of course, there are other small talks besides business, and ideally, don't talk too much about business, I would say. Ideally, even in a business networking like this, people want to know you and get to be familiar with you and kind of like feel your vibes and energy and things. So what do they, one of the tips maybe I can share with you is use the acronym FORD, Ford. So you can talk subjects like, the first one is about family, right? Another guy, when I was talking about that, he says, how about food? Yeah. We don't have food here, but there are drinks and refreshment. Help yourself. The pantry is downstairs. You can pick anything from there. The other one is talk about families. The other one is occupation. Of course, your occupation. You can say how you started and all that kind of thing. The other one, the next one is what? R. So what's R? Recreation. Absolutely right. Please give her the radio there. Yeah, recreation. Yeah, I think there's a lot of time that some things can click, right? They can click. The fourth one is D is dreams. Dreams. Talk about dreams. Interesting, right? So it's a good conversation to kickstart and a little bit of small talks that you can do. Now that was the third tip, right? So the fourth tip, what is it? I think in Chinese they call it the 面子. People like 面子. But I'm not talking about 面子. Just for you to remember so that I say something like 面子 is basically we have 2 years and a month. So during your networking, try not to talk too much. You know, sometimes we get a bit nervous. We tend to talk. And my business and give other people a chance. So use your 2 years and your mouth proportionally. Listen more, talk less. Okay? Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah. So even not just in networking, but in a relationship building, it's important to have more years and less talk. Okay? So the last tip that I have for you, I think it's very important that you pick up this one, is that after the networking, it's not about how much card that you collect for the day. It's about how deep or how you can build the relation. Not everyone that you wish to meet after this networking session, but I would suggest to you, do a follow-up within the next 24 hours or 48 hours. At least you can do is send them a message or chat, WhatsApp message, and say, a nice meeting you there, and maybe you can ask them for a dance card. Ask them for a dance card. So what's about dance? So that's the 5 tips. So follow up, do your dance card if you can, meaning you do a one-to-one meet up with them, and I'm sure you're going to have a better relation and better business for you. My name is Bill. Once again, thank you very much.
Hang on there, brother.
Lights, camera, action!
Bill, I happen to know that you have some very interesting hobby, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of.
Tell us your most exciting one that you spent the last weekend in your office doing. What were you doing?
My weekend, my weekends are always filled charged up with a lot of things. I have a jam studio in my office as well. So I play the drum, I play the guitar, I play the bass. So I sing as well, and we have a band. The band is actually we go back way back because we are all over 60 years old, and they just kind of like gather us back recently and says, can we jam? Sure, So I bought the drums, I bought the guitars, and put it in my office. So we were jamming.
Anybody love to jam here? Woo! How many? Put up your hand. Okay, good. We're gonna form a jamming club, yeah? By the way, Bill sings very well, and let's have karaoke sometime to hear your wonderful voice. Is that okay? How many of you love karaoke here? Okay, I'm gonna organize something. So Bill, thank you so much.
Thank you.